This is Fallout 76. We're here on Xbox Series S taking a look at this multiplayer take on the Fallout franchise. So what are we getting here? We're actually getting a 1080p experience at 60 FPS with the FPS boost automatically applied. So you just play the game and it runs better than it ever originally did, which is fantastic. There's HDR support and a game that continues to get updates that improve what it has to offer gameplay wise, and something that actually, again, has improved in many exciting ways, which I definitely do appreciate, as this was something that kind of disappointed when it first released. There were a lot of issues with this one, problems. There was a real lack of Fallout heart to it, but now the game is actually running at a much better place because, well, not only do we have actual NPCs now, we have actual stories that have been added that greatly enhance what this world has to offer. So first, the multiplayer stuff, I do want to be very clear. This is really cool when you're playing with others. This game can be a lot of fun. It can be really enjoyable. You're in these worlds. There's private world options too, but you're in these worlds with I think 24 other players or something like that. And you can work together, you can be against each other. It's stuff like that. And that is neat. And it's got one of maybe the best actual Fallout created worlds that we've seen. Like, the map is big, there's a lot of stuff on it, there's a lot of things for you to do. But the biggest problem for this one was originally you were just a madman walking around listening to audio tapes. It was annoying, it was frustrating, it lacked the heart and soul that we expect from a Fallout game. But over time, they added actual story content, something to do with gold, and the Brotherhood of Steel, and all this other cool stuff that actually add and provide a traditional Fallout experience that we kind of expect, right? Yeah, so another cool part of this is the building is fantastic. But we're going to do that after we take a look at some of the NPCs here. And I was wanting it to be daytime, but I don't know, we just got into a night setup here. We're just rolling with it. It's not too dark out. But yeah, the world is now kind of getting a little bit more filled with life. It's getting filled with more personality. It's looking better. It does load faster on the next-gen consoles. Obviously, as you can tell, there is a lot of kind of pop-in going on, stuff like that. And yeah, visually it could be better. It definitely could use a next-gen update, a next-gen optimization. So I'm kind of surprised we actually haven't seen that, especially since it is a first-party title. I think that's a little bit weird. But yeah, for now, the FPS boost is actually a really welcomed upgrade. I mean, having that frame rate is fantastic. It just kind of really adds to the ambience of the experience. So I am very happy that this is an option in this game. I think there's also, yeah, there's a photo mode you can do. So that's pretty cool if you want to take photos. There's a store. I don't know if we can show that. Yeah, here the menu, the Atomic Shop. So this is a rotating store where you actually are getting a lot of free things. They actually do continuously add free stuff you can get, but you can buy things like bundles, and there's Fallout First, which is a subscription thing if you're really into the game. That's something you might want to kind of look at doing. They give you lots of stuff all the time. But it's a rotating, silly kind of stuff, and, there's, the camps option, and, it's actually kind of a neat game. If you like the building aspect of it, you like the multiplayer potential of a Fallout game, this one is actually pretty good for that. And again, they have worked on this. They have updated it. They are still updating it, still adding content. So it has improved a lot. It truly has. If you want a regular Fallout experience, gameplay-wise, you can actually get that now. And I think that in itself is quite fantastic to have available. Because again, initially, when this launched, I was like, this is not... You could go watch the original review I did, I think on the 1X or something like that. It was not quite acceptable. I really, did not like the experience at that time. So it is nice that they have actually taken the time to improve this and make this something that is a lot more enjoyable for me and for others. So let's go over to my camp and talk a little bit about the building here. So with the building in this game, you get to create whatever you want within a space. When this launched, I was very disappointed about the building because it was very limited. They have since expanded that. I think that is fantastic. I like that. So there's a lot more that you can do with the building, which is great. It really is. And again, it's got to load, and it would load probably faster, but it's reliant on online servers because, this is a multiplayer game. There are other people doing stuff, right? Like, there are big events that are going on. You can jump in and do, like, a big... I want to call it, like, a dragon kind of thing. Yeah. So this is my kind of house place. The idea was this could be a place people could come and use tools and hang out. I think I actually put together a pretty nice pad that I will be presenting here because I always like to show it off. But yeah, it's just kind of this like really chill place. And I think the game does look, at least to me, quite lovely, gameplay wise. It does look quite nice. I mean, it's quite a visual downgrade from what I'm used to in regards to the higher level, but with the FPS boost, it's kind of the way to go. So even on the Series X, I kind of deal with this visual quality, which again kind of makes me wonder, where is the next gen optimization and why have they not found value in doing so? It's just bizarre. Got a nice workspace here, I think, people can come in, do stuff. Nuke a lamp, pretty nice. Turn it on and off. I got strung lights that change. Over here we got like a bathroom area. Again, I'm very proud of my setup. Yeah, this is where I sleep. And that's where the bathroom is. Yeah. Not the best toilet, but you take what you can get in the apocalypse. Little sit area, you sit on the couch, watch some TV. My collectible miniature giant Deathclaw there. And I have a collection of weird random things that I keep in my display case. So, yeah, that's always cool. More supply stuff here. I think over here is like a barbecue or something. Yeah, this is where I do my cooking. Lots of cooking going on there. These guys point, get turrets. The turrets probably kill a lot of the invading things that come, because those can be annoying. And your camp can be something that people online can visit and interact with. There are settings and everything for that. And then a roof that I didn't really do much with because, I haven't been working on stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of a really expansive thing. I should see if there's any kind of like stuff going on. Level 768. As you could tell, they've they've done a whole lot to this one in regards to the gameplay and what's present here. Up to the Master of the Bear Lodge. So let's go to the crater, because this is a different spot to visit. This is one of the factions that have been added to the game. Because they do have a number of factions where you can make choices and how you interact with them and what you do with the different factions. So there is a lot going on now. Like, if you have been holding off for whatever reason, it is a much better place to visit. And I wish it wasn't just like nighttime, but it seems like every server I join is just like night going on. Probably locked or something like that. But yeah, this is one of the faction areas, and you can kind of see these guys are a little bit like using the land and stuff, and NPCs and different people to talk to. Like I said, like literally all you originally did in Fallout 76 was wander around listening to audio tapes. It is the worst. Like seriously, that was bad. It was like an atrocity basically. It was so disappointing to the highest degree, because I was like, they've got this beautiful world. There's so much in here, like stuff you can kind of interact with, buildings, the odd enemy, but it was just like lifeless. And that's not what Fallout is about. Fallout is about this kind of stuff, you know, dealing with people and what they're dealing with now, eh?
You're new. Looking to dispose of. If I catch Creed trying to steal
Hmm.
one more time, I'm gonna wear his teeth as a trophy. Not interested in this? Process of elimination. There were 3 of us in the inebriation business when we first set up.
Process of elimination? What?
Lex.
Ugh.
Board, Lex lung chems, but Appalachia seems it was too much for them.
Oh, that's pretty dark.
Tragically OD'd on our own stash not long after we arrived. Pete was so distraught, he got wasted and wandered right into one of those big bat fissures. Now I don't touch the stuff. My own little sacrifice. A reminder of the ones it took to get me my monopoly.
Wow. Hmm. Do you sell stuff?
Hardly. South Boston. Nah. Process of a Pete was so
Oh yeah, I actually gotta click trade and then you can see like, oh, I already have the recipe. Never mind, that does absolutely nothing for me. Right, rad toad legs. A recipe for a sweet roll? Hmm. So yeah, you get recipes in order to unlock stuff and things like that. It's a big part of the game is actually being able to gather things in order to go and do stuff and make new things. It's really quite a delightful experience and one that you could spend so many hours playing. Like actually, like there is a lot of game time to this one, if that makes sense. Like there are many things that you can do and take part in and places you can see, but yeah, as you can tell just right there, like the frame rate isn't perfect, but I mean getting close to that 60 FPS most of the time, if not almost all the time, is 100% worth, you know, having that on. So, you know, just play as it is and enjoy it. I'm trying to actually think of where the main, I think the main structure is over here, because there's like a kind of inside area we can go to. Because it's still nighttime, which kind of takes away from things. Like, I think it looks lovely at night, but I'm sure people want more of a regular like this, like the day and stuff, for the showcase of the game. But yeah, it is what it is. But I think it has a lot of value to it. You know, you can kind of do your survival thing. You can do it as more of a story stuff now. You can play with others. I always wanted to actually be able to play, you know, Fallout in co-op. I always thought that would be a really cool thing. And some of my favorite time playing this game actually was doing co-op with a friend when it first came out. I was like, okay, you know, this game is kind of bleak, but Gentleman Johnny Weston, this guy always kills me. But I was like, okay, this is actually fun though, playing with a pal. I actually really loved that experience. That was my favorite part of it, was just kind of like adventuring around, exploring with another person. I always thought that would be cool in Fallout. So I don't, like, I hope when we get another Fallout game someday, because I know we will, that we do actually... Okay, yeah, wow, okay. And rah-rah. You know, I do actually hope that we... Is that a human jaw? Is that what that was? That's funny. That we do see some form of multiplayer maybe continue. Maybe a little bit of a smaller co-op focus. But I do think, you know, the potential for playing with others is a really cool part of this Fallout experience. And it's something that I think they actually kind of hit the mark on. I guess even later on I played with another pal and we were kind of just like adventuring, and that was quite a lot of fun. But yeah, I think that's just the biggest holdup, was just that it had the building blocks of a great Fallout, but not the execution on the fundamentals that actually make an experience fun within the Fallout universe. And now they've gone to add at least a little bit of that. A taste of that story. Doing the, you know, kind of... Oh, look, there's another player. I guess they're on their way to do something. But, you know, doing the quests, doing some missions, meeting some NPCs, seeing what the world has to offer, events, times for you to work with others and stuff like that. Super Mutant Toxic Valley. Yeah, can we actually fast travel there, or... Oh no, the event's done. Somebody's camps. Event back on the beat. Collect and hold the holotapes. I feel like there's a lot of little things you can kind of do. I was kind of hoping to get in on, someone's launched a nuke. Oh, jeez. That's fantastic. Yeah, there's nuke events in this too, if you weren't aware of that. Oh, Vault 79 is over there. I'm just trying to see if there's any sort of, like, gathering of people. Distant thunder. Because I always love jumping into, like, the big dragon battles and just being like, what is happening?
Attention, citizens.
Investigate the corpse at the abandoned or isolated camp. Yeah, we could go do that. Is this the fastest way to get there? I think it is. Okay. We'll just go and do something. I know. I think we need to shoot some things or something. So hopefully we can find some enemies. Because, you know, it's got the classic all-out movement and combat and gameplay that you kind of expect. But with that survival twist where you should be, you know, kind of eating and drinking stuff and that. So that you don't die. There's a nuke inbound. Yeah, the nukes are always fun. So I think this is where we're going. We're going to investigate the corpse or something like that. Let's go take a look. You know, might as well do some sort of quest thing just to kind of show what they've added. It's way better than just like looking for audio logs. That was so bad. Like when I first played this, it was just like the saddest collection of you know, kind of scenarios going on. It was just the worst. A checklist. Building shelter supplies. Ah, that was insanely easy. Pre-war money. Thanks. And yes, supplies actually do kind of matter in this one, and you should gather stuff and put it into your storage in order to be able to craft things later. I think that's quite cool. Find out what the key unlocks. Oh, what does the key unlock? I didn't really read that. I didn't really bother looking into it. The Hunt Master. I feel like I should talk to the Hunt Master. But I also feel like a nuke is coming down soon, and that is, I don't know if that's something I want to deal with. Nothing in the toolbox? That's a little underwhelming. What a shocker. Oh, purified water, right on. Little house for doggo. That is some strange writing in that house, that is for sure. Find out what the key unlocks. Okay, let's go take a look at what this is. MISC. Broken uplink, basic repair kits. Key ring. Inspect. No, nothing to inspect. You've been insulted. Well, that kind of hurts my feelings. I don't like getting insulted. But let's go see if we could find something to shoot at quickly. Over at the farm. I like how we literally started right over here. It maybe been paying attention to that kind of stuff. But anyways, Fallout 76, what I'm trying to say is it's a better experience than it was. It is actually worth playing now. It is worth trying out. They have done a lot to offer a much better experience, and I am appreciative of that, you know, because I think this Fallout experience is kind of like a worthwhile environment, but they kind of didn't hit the mark with what it should have launched with, and I think that was a big problem with this one, because the potential for something really great was here, but they didn't execute on that, and I think, you know, long-term wise, it'll probably be a little bit forgotten because of that, which is a shame, because this is actually kind of a cool world that they put together here. And I'm sure they were disappointed by the reception as well because, well, yeah, it makes sense.